Hello boys, hello Sasha and hello Otto. Today is a time for a long story from this book, Sleepy Time Stories, and it's again one of your favorite. It's the story about the wolf and 7 little goats. Once upon a time, there lived a nanny goat who had 7 young kids. She loved them as any mother loves her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest, so she called the little goats together and said, "Dear children, I am going away into the wood. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he comes here, he will eat you all up. He may try to fool you into thinking he is someone else, but you will know him by his gruff voice and his black feet." "Don't worry, mother," the little goats replied. "We'll remember." So she went on her way quite happily. Not long after the mother goat had gone, there was a knock at the door. Knock, knock, and a voice called out, "Open the door, children. Your mother is here and has brought something for each of you." But the little goats knew from the gruff voice that it was the wolf, so they said, "No, you cannot come in. You are not our mother. She has a kind and gentle voice, but yours is gruff. You are a wolf." So the wolf went home and found a piece of chalk, which he ate. This made his voice more gentle, so he returned to the goat's house, knocked at the door, and called out, "Open, my dear children. Your mother has come home and brought you each something." But the wolf had played his paws on the windowsill. When the little goats saw them, they said, "No, no, we will not open the door to you. Our mother has white paws, and yours are black. You are a wolf." So the wolf went to a baker and said, "I have hurt my foot. Put some dough on it." When the baker had done this, the wolf ran to the miller, saying, "Put some white flour on my feet." But the miller, thinking the wolf was planning to fool someone, refused. But then the wolf said to him, "If you do not do what I ask, I will eat you." The miller was afraid and powdered the wolf's feet with flour. Now the wicked wolf went for a 3rd time to the goat's house and knocked on the door. "Knock, knock. Open up to me, dear children. Your mother is come, and I have brought you something nice from the forest." He put his paws on the windowsill, and when the little goats saw that they were white, they thought it was safe, and they undid the door. Then who should come in but the wolf? They were so frightened they ran and hid themselves. One ran under the table, the second crawled under the bed, the third hid in the cupboard, the fourth behind the kitchen door, the fifth in the oven, the sixth in the bathtub, and the 7th in the big grandfather's clock. The wolf found them out and quickly swallowed them, one after another. The only little goat he didn't discover was the one in the grandfather's clock. The wolf could hardly move, but he dragged himself into the forest, where he lay down to sleep. Soon the little goat's mother came home. What a terrible sight greeted her! The door was wide open, the tables, stools, and benches were overturned, the washtub was broken in pieces, and the sheets were pulled off the bed. She could not find her children anywhere. She called them all by name, but they didn't appear until she came to the name of the youngest. "Here I am, mother, in the grandfather's clock." When the little one came out, she told her mother that the wolf had done, and they hugged each other and cried. They went out for a walk in the forest, and they came to a glade where they found the wolf sleeping. The mother goat walked right around the wolf as he lay there snoring, and she thought that she saw something moving inside him. "Oh my goodness," she whispered to herself. "Could it be that my poor children are still alive?" They ran home to fetch a pair of scissors, needle, and thread. Then the mother cut open the wicked wolf's hairy coat, and out popped a little head. One little goat jumped out, followed by another, then another, until all 6 were set free. Not one of them was hurt, because the greedy monster had swallowed them all whole. They danced and sang and hugged each other, and their mother said, "Quickly, go and fetch as many stones as you can find, so we can fill up the wolf's stomach before he wakes up." They gathered a pile of huge stones and put them into his stomach. Their mother sewed up the slit with the needle and thread, and all the while the greedy wolf did not stir. When at last he woke up, he was very thirsty and went to a stream to have a drink. But as he rolled along from side to side, the stones tumbled about inside his body, and he cried out, what rattles against my poor bones? Not little goats, I think, but only big stones." When the wolf reached the edge of the stream, he bent down to take a drink, and the heavy stones made him lose his balance, so that he fell and sank beneath the water. All the while, the little goats and their mother were watching from behind the trees. When they saw the big splash, they came running up, singing, "The wolf is dead, the wolf is dead," and they danced for joy around their mother by the side of the stream. And little goats were never afraid to stay at home when their mother went somewhere, ever. That's the end of the story. Good night. Have a nice night's sleep. Пока-пока.